Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today, on a Fireside chat / update video, I would love to talk about the new upcoming RPG, Lord of the Rings game that Warhorse Studios is going to be creating. It just got officially announced about a week ago. I've got Sandy here with me today who's going to hang out with us. Sandy boy. He's a good boy, so he'll hang out during the video today. So I hope you're having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth, wherever you are. And this is one of my chat things. I'm going to start making a couple more videos where I just chat with you guys, because I notice a lot of people really enjoy that. It seems like people actually see the videos when they come out. So I'm going to make some more of these here on the channel. I have done a lot in the past, but I haven't done any recently. So we're going to keep doing that. So again, today I'm going to talk about two main subjects. We're going to be talking about basically the new upcoming RPG Lord of the Rings game, which is supposedly being like a solo game. I want to talk about how I think it would be cool if it did like co-op in it as well. And then the other thing is the cancellation of the Amazon's MMO. All right, I want to talk about those two main things. Then near the end of this video, we might talk a little bit of updates on the channel as well separately. But let's talk about it for the people who are here right now. So again, if you enjoy yourself, don't forget to throw a like and subscribe on there. I appreciate it. All right, so we got the official announcement that the studio for Warhorse Studio is going to be creating it. They just officially announced it on their main channel, which is really, really cool. I've heard a lot of really good things. I actually have not played the Chivalry games myself personally, but a lot of my friends have, and they always said they really enjoyed them and they're really well made. So I'm very excited about this. This is definitely an upbeat for me as a Lord of the Rings content creator. We're definitely going to be covering the game, obviously. I am quite excited actually that it's going to be like an RPG open world style game. We've really needed one of those for a long time in the Lord of the Rings genre. I would love to see it as a co-op too, where you could like play with like one friend or like three other friends, something like that. I think that would be really cool if they did that. I'm a little bit I am happy they're not going for a full-on MMO style game. I feel like sometimes if they try to cram too much into one video game, it causes it to just flop, right? We don't want any more flop games. We don't need any more Gollum games happening, as you all remember. So that's definitely something that we're thinking about as a group, I'm sure, of Lord of the Rings fans. I really don't want to see that happen again, because that was just really, really sad. It was such a disappointment, right? And, I really had high hopes. I was really hoping that Gollum game would be good, and it was pretty awful. But again, we had some other good Lord of the Rings games recently, right? We had the Return to Moria survival game. Excellent game. I give it high ratings. You should definitely check it out. Covered a lot in the channel. I do plan on making a couple more streams and videos of that very soon. I think that game is a game that you'll be able to play forever. Kind of like Battle for Middle-earth. It's just a game you could always play. It's a game you buy. Once you have it, you could just play it solo, play it co-op with your friends, survival. It's really fun. You can even host servers, which we do actually host a server here on Voice of the Rings through our Discord. Two of them. But I'm really excited about this new RPG. I think it's going to be really, really good. And again, I know nothing about it. I will cover it as it comes out, news on it. I will cover it for you guys, obviously, and give you these. It's just my thought, opinion, my guess of the future. Since the studio itself has a pretty darn good reputation in general with many of its fans and people outside, I have high hopes that they could do a very they could do a just job using the IP for Lord of the Rings. We'll see. So I'm very excited about that. Now let me hop subjects a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about the cancellation of the Amazon MMO. I guessed that a while ago. If you've been watching my channel, I guessed almost a year ago that was going to get canceled. It wasn't necessarily because I thought it would be totally horrible, but if you look at the Amazon gaming studios in general, I was rooting for them on different things, but they had like 4 or 5 major flops in the last like 3 years. And obviously when New World came out, it was kind of a disaster at the beginning. It lost 90% of its players in the first like 2 weeks. It was just destroying CPUs. It was unoptimized, all this stuff. Later on, they fixed it up, and New World became a really awesome game. People really loved it. And then they made the mistake to close down New World, as you might have seen that news. I think that was a mistake. I think that was a game they were doing good with, And then, we were hearing about, oh, they're going to make a new Lord of the Rings MMO. They're going to make a new Lord of the Rings MMO. And I'm going, okay, well, right? Is this, I'm rooting for it. I'd like it to be good, but, it's kind of worrisome when you're seeing all these signs from a studio. And then they had like 4 or 5 big titles that came out that just totally didn't do. I don't even know what they are, half of them. I looked it up. There was like 4 other ones after New World. And they kind of all flopped when it came to population, and they put a lot of money in it and got no money out of it. You have to get money, right, when you're a creator studio, or you can't keep making stuff, obviously. So that's why I was a little bit surprised. I was like, are they really going to be able to do a Lord of the Rings MMO? Now, my big worries, I had a few worries. I told you guys this. My big worries before we knew it was canceled was, one, they would make it. It would either be terrible or it would flop. I was hoping it would be good, right, if we got it. It's great to have other options, right? But I was hoping it wouldn't just become this big thing where it was a big scandal that it flopped, and then every time you brought up to anyone who wasn't a Lord of the Rings real like gamer fan, which most of you know, the Lord of the Rings Online that we cover is wonderful. Let's just get that out of the open, right? Not with the Amazon, that's with the one that's been around for 19 years. It's a fantastic MMO, but I was really worried that people would just start being like, oh, you're talking about that MMO that flopped from Amazon? No, we're talking about there's another MMO that's been out for 19 years. It's amazing, LOTRO, right? So I was a little bit worried that it would cause that issue, for one, or it would just be bad and people would be mad at it in general. Pay to win, this or that, blah, 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 blah. There's so many things, right? I mean, no matter what, people are always going to complain, right? There's going to be a small group. But, you want your game to be where the majority of people that play it like it, right? That's kind of how, I feel about that. So, anyway, long story short, I was kind of seeing the signs that I didn't think it was going to happen. Because it was canceled, then it was relaunched. Then it was canceled, then it was relaunched. Then it was canceled, then it was relaunched. And I was like, this is a little sus, right? And I was like, I don't think this is really going to happen. And I kept warning people, and some people were like, "Oh, I think it's going to happen, right?" Which is, it's optimistic. I tell you guys this: I'm a very optimistic person, but I'm also very much a realist, and those do not conflict. You could be both of those at the same time. But I was like, I don't think so, right? I don't think this is going to happen. And honestly, I wasn't really huge on having Amazon try to make a Lord of the Rings MMO. Just because I've fully covered the Amazon Rings of Power. I intend to cover the new season 3. Just because I'm a Lord of the Rings content creator and I am going to cover it. But I will tell you the things I like or dislike about stuff like that. I'm going to be very honest and straightforward on my thoughts on things. And as you guys know, if you watched my reviews, a lot of the Amazon series is not very good, right? And you can say one way of how much you dislike it, how much you like it, blah, blah, blah. Irrelevant. The bottom line is I felt like a lot of the core stuff wasn't really holding true to the source material as it's proven. They really went off and made their own story, just using names and locations, basically. And I was thinking, it's going to be hard to live up to, Amazon's going to make this world, this Lord of the Rings MMO world, which was supposedly going to be different than like what we have in our game we have right now with LOTRO, right? It's going to be a different kind of MMO, which might have been cool. Might have been good competition, right? That's always good as well. But I have a feeling it probably would have flopped anyway. Probably like a 70% chance. That would be my gut feeling. But now we won't know for sure because I was corrected. It got canceled, right? And again, I'd like to see other tries at things. But I am more excited to see an RPG style solo game that we can all get and play that'll be a big open world thing like that. Because again, we already have a really good Lord of the Rings MMO. And now, of course, you could do another Lord of the Rings MMO that's a very different style than a tab targeting, right? Another company could do that. That could be cool. Something that people would enjoy going between and playing both games. Because for me, I would play any Lord of the Rings game, right? I'm not going to stop playing LOTRO for any game, but I'd go try out other games, right? Because that's what I do here on the channel, and I love to try anything Lord of the Rings. But I think in general, it was for the best that it didn't happen. Just because of the turnover rate with the Amazon studios and how many things had flopped. I think it just would have been kind of disappointing for us all to have that come out and then that happen, right? He's a little sweet baby. He's a tired little sandy boy. He just wants me to hug him. But yeah, so I overall, I'm really excited that Warhorse Studios will be doing the new RPG Lord of the Rings. I think it's going to be really awesome. I would think any studio that brought up doing another MMO would be cool in the future. Though I personally am very content with Lord of the Rings Online, and I really want that to just keep growing again. It's just such a fantastically respectful to Tolkien's lore, well-made game, and it's fun to play. And I just really love LOTRO in general. It's such a great game, as you all know on this channel. But, you know, it's really, I'm glad that the Warhorse Studios is going to do something they're good at, which is an RPG. Because they have done many very successful titles that are RPGs. So they know what they're doing. So it was very smart, whoever contacted them to do it. I would assume this is Middle-earth Enterprises, right? Very smart that they picked a studio that knew what they're doing and then said, hey, we want you to make it like your other games as an RPG, right? Storytelling. That could be really cool. I would really like to see some co-op options in it. I think that's fun when you can play with friends. But even if we don't get that, I think that there is a high chance that it'll be a very good game. I don't know how long until we'll have it, but we'll find that part out later. So anyway, there we go. There's about 10 minutes of my ideas on those two thoughts. And then I just want to tell you guys, thanks for your support of the channel and everything. Sandy, you want to thank them too? I really appreciate it. I'll just give a couple little updates real quick on the channel. I'm definitely I'm trying different things. I've been learning a lot with updating my skills in editing even more so than I already had. With DaVinci, I spent like 11 hours the other day working on it. DaVinci Resolve, it's kind of the industry standard of editing. One of the biggest programs out there. And it's one that's free that has all the good stuff in it still for videos. So I'm going to start making a lot more review videos of things. I have a really good one all recorded. I just haven't edited it up of me writing a Dwarven letter to one of the Patreons. And you'll see that pretty soon. That'll be cool. Again, you know, these things take a long time. I worked on, I do a lot of performances outside of the channel, the community group with an orchestra and a choir. I am going to drop a few more of those this week on the channel because, I've just got sick. I told you 2 weeks ago I was sick. So I'm kind of like doing the domino effect when that happens. It's hard because I don't have videos ready to come out. But we'll do our streams still this weekend and everything like that. But those will come out too. I know that's not for everyone. People never should feel obligated to watch anything, obviously. But I appreciate everyone who's there, goes above and beyond. I really appreciate too any of the Patreons or Super Chats and all those things on Twitch as well with subs. And it's really been, you guys have really encouraged me because it's been a little hard on YouTube the last few weeks. I know that I was sick and I didn't get as many videos out, but there's just some stuff going on and the numbers just don't seem right. And it seems like people are being unsubscribed by automated systems. So double check that you're still subscribed all the time. If you see this video, please double check because there's a very high likelihood that you've been unsubscribed. I've been told that by like 5 of my viewers now on streams. I've been unsubscribed. I've been subscribed for like 3 years. I've heard that like 5 times now just in this last week. So, check that occasionally. But, that's how it goes. But again, thank you for those people who have been encouraging me with nice comments and likes and subscribes and, the people who go above me on Patreon and the subs and all that. I never obligate anyone to do that to help support. But I do the channel full time, so I do appreciate that support. And I am trying to grow it so I can keep doing it full time. So, it can be a little bit, it seems like Zollin is just always happy all the time. But, I can get discouraged too sometimes. But my goal is here on this channel is I want to make you have fun and you be happy, right, as the viewer. So I'm having fun and you're having fun. That's one of my biggest goals. My goal is to keep that going. I don't really want to come on here and, give you guys, you have enough stuff to deal with in your lives. You're coming here to have fun, do Lord of the Rings stuff, see something uplifting, have fun. That's, my goal. Right? That's our goal. Right, Sandy Wandy? I call him Sandy Boy or Sandy Wandy. But that's kind of the goal of the channel. And, I want to build a really fun community as well as focus on Lord of the Rings stuff. I just want to keep it really, really light and fun. And that's why, I do my best to do that. Some people, I've actually been, this is very rare. So the community is really great. But I'll give you a funny story, okay, real fast. I was accused by some random person, right, on a comment once where he's like, dude, you're totally putting it on. It's all fake. You're like, you're always happy. There's no way you're always happy. And I was like, What? I just was laughing because, like, you know, I get my family in here. They'll tell you, right? They'll tell you. No, Zollin's always like that. That's Zollin. I'm really just being myself. Now, do I sometimes, you know, if I had a hard day, come on here and have fun and just, you know, put on a good face sometimes to be happy and make a video? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Because I'm not here to, like, make you... I want to encourage you guys, right? And by the way, me making videos makes me happy. So if I had a hard day, sometimes coming in and making a video, sometimes that's what, you know, it makes me happy. And if I'm not happy, well, I make the video or the stream, right? Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy talking with people. I enjoy making Lord of the Rings content and talking about everything that Tolkien has made in this amazing Tolkien universe of content with games and movies and TV shows and books and just everything else and music. It's really, really awesome. Super fun. So anyway, those are my goals. I just want to let you know a little update there on the channel. I always focus on that. And I just want to keep making it a really fun community, right? And on a side note, there's, you know, a symbiotic relationship with my Kinship and LOTRO, right? I make videos showing you guys cool stuff we're doing and kind of showing you guys that the Kinship is there, so people join through that, and then vice versa, right? We make cool events, and then you guys can watch them on the channel. And, you know, that's really cool. But I do, in my mind, keep those things. Those are separate things, right? My channel is also my work and my fun space, and it's kind of what I do. And then my Kinship is I'm trying to be the good Kinship leader for the Kinship, right? And that's what we do in LOTRO. So when playing the server Glamdring, if you ever want to play with us on North America, really, really having a fun time. A lot of people have joined us in the last few days. That's been very fun and encouraging when it comes to the Kinship. But yeah, I know there's just so many fun things coming out with Lord of the Rings stuff, and I'll give you more thoughts on other things as well later on. There was something I was trying to remember. Oh well, it's not important right now anyway. Figure it out later. But yeah, so I'll let you know, and I'm very excited about the Warhorse Studios announcement. I don't know how long until that game comes out, but we'll see. I'm also very excited for the Hunt for Gollum. I have high hopes for the Hunt for Gollum movie with Andy Serkis being in, Peter Jackson, all of them doing that. I think that could be very, very good. We'll see, obviously. I will review it when it comes out, just like I'm sure we all will. But I think that will be a very good movie. It's my gut feeling. I'm really glad to see we're going to get Ian McKellen hopefully in there, as long as he's doing good enough to record. But I think they've already been doing the filming, so I think he was good enough to do it. But it'll be neat to see Gandalf a little bit more like that too. So that's very exciting. Very, very exciting. I'll do another follow-up video on my thoughts on... They were saying they were going to make another movie in the future, Shadows of the Past or something, which is very interesting because the Lord of the Rings Online has an expansion called Shadows of the Past. If you don't know that, if you're watching one of my Lord of the Rings viewers who's not really a LOTRO player, they had one of those a few years back, and it was showing kind of before the Lord of the Rings books started. Yeah, I mean, it could be interesting. I'll give my more thoughts on that separately in a separate video, because that's a big subject. So I'll talk about that in another video. But do you like some of these more, I call these my fireside chats, or I don't know if it's going to be a Lord of the Rings update. I'll probably just put it as a fireside chat, because that's pretty much what this was, just chilling. But, look at this little baby. Such a good dog. But yeah, so, yeah. Thanks for listening. I hope you had a good time. Say, bye, Sandy. He goes, what? What are we doing? He's such a good boy. All right. Anyway, so I will see you guys in the next one. If you guys are curious on his name, Sandy, my grandpa actually gave him the name. So he's like Sandy. There was a famous baseball player named Sandy, a guy. I know that some people are not sure, is that a girl or boy name? I guess it's kind of both. But I like to call him Sandy Boy, so it's really clear. But, and my Sandy Wandy is the joke. I don't know, it just rhymes. And he's kind of like, he can be very energetic when he's not tired. He's just a little sleepy right now. But he is a good boy. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for being here. Hopefully it was fun seeing Sandy. He wanted to sit in my lap right when I was going to start the video. So I was like, all right, sure. He can be part of the video. Yeah. I'm just really excited. There's a lot of cool Lord of the Rings stuff to come. And no matter what, I'm going to keep making fun Lord of the Rings content on the channel. No matter whatever the algorithm is doing on YouTube to mess with stuff or on anything else, I will just keep streaming on YouTube and Twitch, and we will keep making videos. And thank you for your support, everybody. I appreciate it greatly. And we're going to have lots of fun. That's the goal here. This is a fun Lord of the Rings community, and I want to keep it that way. And I plan to go along into the future, God willing. All right. So anyway, thank you so much again. Thanks to these wonderful Patreons here. I updated the card. Thank you, Reb, Martin, and Etmoot44 for being Royal Guard Patreons. And then everyone else there you can see on this side. Sorry, Sandy Wandy. Bumped his little nose. But yeah. So thank you again, guys. Super. Have a great day in Middle-earth. And again, big shout out to a lot of my regulars on the streams with Twitch and YouTube with those like super stickers, super chats, and the subs on Twitch. It's really been very encouraging the last few weeks because it just, the algorithm has been just absolutely frustrating, let's just say the least. I'll put a video out that's kind of like just generically made and it gets a lot of views. I'll put something out I worked on really hard and it gets nothing. It's like, what? Yeah, so anyway, thanks guys. Have a great day in Middle-earth. And again, lots more Lord of the Rings comes. I've got a bunch of guide ideas for, and I'm going to make a video on my favorite plugins for Lord of the Rings Online soon as well. So again, if you like these more talk style episodes, you want to get one of these like once a week, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. And I'd also love to know your thoughts on the Warhorse Studio game. What do you want them to kind of make it into an RPG? Do you want it to be co-op? Do you want it to just be solo? Things like that. Even what are your thoughts on the Amazon game being canceled? I think that their whole studio kind of got canceled, unfortunately, too, which is, I feel bad. Again, I feel bad for the New World players because I have some friends who played it. And, you know, that's kind of a bummer. So, anyway, you want to get down, Sandy? You want to go over in the bed? All right. He's like, I want to go lay down. He needs to sleep. All right, guys. Well, have a good day. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Baruch Khazad, Khuzad Emmanuel, and I'm at your service and your families, as always. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Stay happy. Cheers.